I am your sorry. I am your host, the Dungeon Girl, the Dungeon Master, Becky Rose, and today I shall be running the Forged Templars, Episode 5, The Lady's Canon. And we kind of all know why it's called that after what happened last week. If you saw the last episode, at the end of the episode. Ah, right. I'm just going to do my sound test because I often mess this up. Yay, it works. Right. Let's stop that. Okay. So, with me this week, as ever, we have Mark playing Jasper. I tell you what, I should have done this beforehand. Hang on. I've got here somewhere. Right. Just bear with me whilst I should have prepared this. I didn't. Right, I've got it. No, where is it? No. Oh, I've messed it up again, haven't I? Welcome to the show, AFK. I had a funny thing that I was going to do, and I'm downloading apps like mad here in Google's Hangouts trying to find it. No, I don't know where right. Next week, I will forget again. Oh, hang on, I think I just, no, stop popping up there. Okay, here we go. Right, I just gotta download the app. This won't take long. It's worth it, honest. You're not going to believe what I'm delaying everything for here. No, where is it?
No.
So we have Mark playing Jasper.
Oh, I see.
Yes, okay. We get canned laughter as well. Okay, yes we do.
Oh God.
We have Phil playing Ander Greenleaf.
Thank you.
And we have Jenny playing Tharadak.
I'm bowing to my monitor. This is great.
So welcome to the Forged Templars. When last seen, Ander had ventured off by himself to acquire a boat. He was basically, the heroes want to get off the island to the Temple of Tio, which is on another island in the archipelago city of Moraine. So Ander acquires a boat, but city guardsmen are in pursuit because, let's face it, they've been after the players the entire adventure so far, and it's not going to change anytime soon. So he basically fails to evade their much faster 8-gun sloop. So a sloop is a small sailing. It's a vessel as opposed to a boat. You know, it's a proper vessel, but it's a very small one, very fast. And it's got 4 guns each side, so it has like a little miniature broadside. And when we finished last session, I rolled, and this is new. I got new dice cam thing. You should be able to read it this week. So this is what I rolled when the broadside fired at Ander. Yes, unnatural 20. So, and he's been waiting the entire week to wonder what happens to his character. Ander, could you roll a new character, please? No. that feels like a canned laughter moment. I'm going to have to put that down. Our other 2 heroes, Jasper and Tharadak, are on the shore overlooking the marshes where Ander was about to make landfall when his vessel was struck. What's the name of the boat? The Lady of something or other. Oh gosh, I can't remember. The Lady of Finesse. The Lady of Finesse has fired her broadside at Ander and is now arcing around the bay, presumably in an effort to bring its other broadside to bear. But as its first broadside struck Ander's boat, Ander is nowhere to be seen in the aftermath. His vessel appears to be just bobbing in the water by itself. Something has happened to Ander. On the shore, Jasper and Tharadak look on, going, what just happened? Where is he?
Well, he couldn't have just disappeared.
He's got to be somewhere there somewhere.
You were watching his boat, you looked at the cannon being fired, you looked back, the cannon had landed or something struck, and now you just can't see him.
Mm.
You haven't got a telescope, have you, Jasper?
No, but I may be able to do something a little bit better. We've been with him for a fair while now, so I should be able to locate his sword, and hopefully it'll be
Okay.
with him.
Yeah, could well be. Is that a spell or is it a cantrip?
That's a spell. That's a
Okay.
second level spell, locate object,
Okay.
requiring a certain amount of dancing and mumbling.
Locate object. It also apparently requires a forked twig. When you're in a marsh, that's no problem.
Yes, but I carry those sorts of things around with me anyway.
Yeah. You sense the direction to the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you. Yes, it is. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. The direction is down. Its location is just in front of the boat.
I think he's probably been taken by the humans, as they call themselves.
We better get to that boat.
Well, we're still not going to be able to follow him. But maybe we should stay in range so we know where he's going.
The Lady of Finesse is now halfway through her turn and is preparing to come back around to fire the other broadside.
And the boat is still in the water intact, or was that smashed to pieces?
It's not smashed to pieces. It is still intact. It's just bobbing there. Its sail flapping pointlessly in the wind.
Well, there's not a lot we can do down there. We're going to have to find some other way to find Ander. We can carry on watching from here, but there's no point in us going down there.
The bay, the waters are fairly still. You could wade out to through the marsh to the edge of the marsh into the bay itself, and you could easily swim to the boat. It's not far out.
Yeah, but the boat has been targeted by a sloop with 4 guns, so
This
there's
is
not
true.
a lot of point in us going to the boat. What we want is Ander back, and Ander's been spirited away. So I suggest we see what the sloop does. Stay in hiding.
Okay. So you're hiding on the shore, just sort of peering over the.
I thought we were still at the top of the stairs. Sorry.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted to be sure you're trying to stay outside. Okay.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna see how hard it is to spot this. So I'm just gonna add 5 to a D10 roll. That's the difficulty to spot this particular thing. It's 12. So who's got a passive perception of 12 or more?
I don't think it's me.
Nope.
Really?
No, I've got 10.
Wow.
Oh, I've got 14. Sorry.
Yes, you have. You're 14. So you can see what's happened. Ander's boat, as it bobs in the water, its sail flapping in the wind, the ropes coming off the sail appear to be tangled round a hand.
Ah. Okay, so
Floating in the water.
Okay, that changes things. We need to get down there quickly. Explain this to Tharadak. There's a hand. He's under the boat. Let's go. And I start running down the stairs.
Okay, so you start running. It's very quick to get down the stairs and start charging across the marsh. After a minute of this, of course, the Lady of Finesse has now presenting her other broadside. The question, of course, is do the guardsmen see you running across the marsh, or do they continue to shoot at Ander's dinghy? And they continue to shoot at the dinghy because they really are not paying attention, it seems. So let's have another broadside firing off, and well, that will count as a cock die if it lands outside the dice box. So, so the boat is struck in its rigging, nothing particularly serious. So you're able to therefore to charge across the marsh without being shot at, which is useful when you're being shot at by Canon. And now it's a question of swimming out to the boat. So
Can we wade?
the boat is going to be in a bit of deeper water. So it is a question of do you do this armoured? Really, that's the question, because that's going to involve an athletics roll. If you're outside, if you're not wearing armour, if you take it off, then I'll allow you to just swim there.
I'm gonna try and swim out with my armour
Okay.
for a minute.
Okay.
If I flounder a bit, I'm going to do a plan B, I think.
That's sinking.
Okay.
All right.
So, how about you, Jasper?
I'm hesitant and stand unsure while Tharadak ploughs ahead.
Okay, let's have an athletics roll, please, Tharadak.
Well, good start.
Oh,
Oops. You very quickly start getting yourself into trouble and are having to exert yourself quite heavily to stay afloat. So you've got a choice. You could either head back to the shore, having wasted some time, or you can press on to Ander but take an exhaustion level.
I'm actually going to head back to the shore.
Okay, Ander, can you make a life or death save, please?
Sure thing. For 9.
Well, that's a fail. Okay. Okay, there you are on the shore. Ander is making life or death saves.
Okay. How far away is the ship?
I'm going to put it, let's say 150 feet, something like
Okay,
that.
150 feet. Okay. Because what Tharadak is thinking is if he stays on the shore and could possibly like tie Jasper like a rope around his waist and keep hold of it, so if Jasper runs into trouble, then he can be pulled back.
Yeah, you could do that.
Am I totally unconscious at this time?
You don't know. But you're making life and death saves, so you can probably guess. Yes, you got critted by a cannon.
Okay.
I divest myself of my arm as quickly as I can and swim out.
Okay, so you're in medium armor, is it? What is it you're wearing?
It was scale, I think, wasn't it?
Scale, yeah, that's a medium armor. Okay, it takes 1 minute to doff medium armor. So, in that time, that could well be death for Ander. So, you might want to rethink that, because he's passed to unconsciousness. You see Ander's limp body floating on the top.
Okay, I'll attempt to. Yeah, I will rethink my plan there, and I will attempt to get out there at a run.
Let's have an athletics check, please.
Yeah, I don't have quite such a good athletics ability, so let's have a good one on this. Oh, hang on a second. I can also cast guidance on myself.
Okay. Yes.
So that gives me the ability to roll an extra d4 if required.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that's a cantrip as well.
That's probably required in that, I would think.
Yeah. Do you have any bonuses on that?
+2.
Okay. So
that would be 12. That'd be 14.
It can roll the die before or after. So you don't get to hear what the result is if you choose to use the guide. Oh, you've used it already. So,
Yeah.
so your total was 40. You have successfully reached Ander.
Okay, I pull him out of the water
Mm-hmm.
and cast the other cantrip, lay my hand on him, spare the dying.
Just to be clear, the quickest way to get him out of the water is to get him onto the deck of the boat.
Yes, that's right. I'm
Yeah.
on. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Okay, spare the dying.
Just stabilizes him.
Yep, I see it. That's good. Okay, so Ander is on the deck of the boat, stable, alive, with no hit points,
Okay.
unconscious.
Okay. Are we doing any? I mean, can I basically do what I want at this point?
Yes, so what you hear is a cry going out on the other boat. Get those guns reloaded!
Okay, so I think the first thing is to heal him. So I think that would be healing word.
Okay.
If I remember what that one is. Let's just have a quick look.
Healing word is range 6. I think that's your weaker spell,
Oh,
actually.
that's the weaker one. Yes, it is. You're right. It's cure wounds. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the D8 plus your spell ability, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I've lost it on here, but I believe so. It's level 1.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone too far. That's where my problem is. Cure wounds. Yeah, 1d8. Yep.
And you add your spell casting bonus.
Yeah, which is probably just as well. Which is 8. So that would be 10.
10 hit points. Okay.
Yeah. Then I think the next thing would be to either row the boat if it's possible, or throw a rope back to Tharadak.
Okay, so it's a sailing ship, and you're 150 odd foot from the shore,
Yeah,
so you'll just have to
so.
sail it a bit closer. So you begin the process of sailing the ship into shore. This is going to give the Lady of Finesse an opportunity to fire another broadside.
Yep.
Okay. The top of the mast is clipped by a cannonball. Hang on, let me get there. Come on, camera. There we go, it's changed. Snapping the top of the mast and causing some of your sail to sag down and interfere with itself. This slows the boat up greatly. Nonetheless, you have reached the shore.
Okay.
Come on, you lousy slugs! Get these cannon reloaded!
So how far are they out, and what can we say on the boat before we run away?
On your boat or on their boat?
On their boat.
On their boat. Well, you can see the two familiar guardsmen that you keep
yes,
coming across on this island. There is clearly some more crew below deck, and so that's all you see on the deck is those two. It's good, it's a sloop. It's got a couple of sails, a couple of masts. I believe it's a foremast and an aftmast, or mizzen. I don't know what they call them on a sloop. Anyway, two of them.
Two sticky up things.
Yeah, two pointy bits. with bits of cloth flapping. And so obviously it's 4 guns on each broadside, and you guess that it's the familiar guardsman, the chubbier one of the two with the black hair and the thick moustache. He's the one shouting the orders.
So I look around to Tharadak and say, well, they've got a nice boat. Would you reckon we take it?
Yes, I was thinking the same thing, my friend. But do you think we'd be able to take all of them?
Well, I'll do half. You can do the other half.
Fine, we've taken on a werewolf. We can deal with these lot. These bunch of scallywags.
So, is there any way on board if we can actually get up to the boat?
Yeah, you could ram their boat with yours and then just jump.
Scramble up. Yeah. Okay.
You can either take your time or you could, be athletic about it, shall we say? Of course, there'll be options. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So you get your boat turned around with all three of you aboard,
Yeah.
and you start sailing it toward the enemy vessel. Obviously.
Can we pole it in any way to make it go faster?
Sorry, can you what? Sorry, pole.
Pole it, yeah. With any oars we can poke into
What,
the.
you think of Venetian punt?
I'm thinking of Cambridge, but yeah.
Oh, Cambridge. Sorry, I was being more classy.
Have you smelt the canals in Venice?
Hunting on the
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they do have a bit of a sewage problem, don't they? I'm not wrong. Whereas I don't think that's what Cambridge does with its sewage.
No, in the universities.
Although the River Cam is not the cleanest water I've ever seen, I have to say. It is distinctly brown.
Okay. Well,
Anyway.
we're trying to make fastest progress by whatever means towards the vessel.
Yeah, this is just a sailing vessel. It doesn't have any oars aboard, and its mast is damaged. They are going to get another shot off on your boat.
Okay. Can we come up in the right direction so that they can only get a couple of guns on us?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll 2 dice, okay? However you do it, I'm gonna roll 2 dice. Okay.
Hey!
They
Yeah, that's
hopelessly
more like
miss.
it.
Right.
We were moving targets this time.
Yes.
Yeah. You idiots, you fired too long! Prepare to be boarded!
Looks like they're trying to board us as well.
Yeah. No, that's them shouting orders. That's the chubby one with the moustache shouting his orders down to whoever.
Oh, I see. I thought they were shouting that at us.
Yeah. Okay. You crash into the boat.
Yeah. By this point, Tharadak has climbed a bit onto some of the rigging, and he's kind of propping himself out so he can easily jump on.
Okay, so you're going to try and effectively swing across. Is
It
anyone
depends
else?
how far. I thought there was enough room to just jump across.
Yeah, you can. You can basically do it safely and steadily. Climbing up the side, etc.
Yeah, climb up a bit and then jump off. That's what I was planning to do.
Or you could do it, let's say, artistically and try to get it done a bit quicker, so that you're basically storming the boat as opposed to getting there eventually. So it depends how quickly you want to do this.
Well, Tharadak is wearing armor, so he decides from his antics in the swamp that he'd better do this a bit more steadily.
Okay. How about you guys?
He does not want to be trapped between two boats.
How much higher is it? Can I get up there, or?
Yeah, you can effectively climb up your own, what's left of your own mast, and
Right. Yes,
swing out or whatever.
I'll climb up and try and swing across.
Okay. How about you, Jasper?
I'm going to stand in the boat a while, so long as it's attached well enough.
What are you doing?
And cast hold person on the chubby guy.
Okay. So let's have initiative first of all. I think let's do that.
Yep.
Where's my dice stream? There's my dice stream. Doing it.
So it's there's a plus on that, isn't there?
Yes, plus your dex bonus.
Dex
Not
bonus,
for me,
that
there's
was
not.
it. Okay, so that's 15 for me.
Yeah, I didn't do so well.
Okay.
Well, hey. Oh, was that a 20? Oh my god, it was.
Yes.
Well done, Ander.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Okay, Ander, springing into action, even anticipating the boat's ramming, swings across from his own rigging to the sloop opposite. Let's have an athletics roll.
Athletics. Okay.
Yes, the poorly armoured halfling who's already heavily wounded charges in first ahead of his armoured front line,
Yeah.
swinging
Okay.
deftly from the
They're called
rigging
cannon fodder.
and landing short of the boat,
Yes,
splashing,
oh, back in the
splashing
water again.
into the water with a loud thunk.
Surely a more splashy sounding thunk.
And landing on a symbol.
Splosh.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to have to take that off you, Becky.
No, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. I don't know what all these sounds do though. So, I've just got a little icon, and I don't actually know what's going to come out when I actually.
We can have some quite inappropriate noises, but that's not unusual.
Yeah. Okay. So who was next on initiative? So Tharadak has 12. Yes, Jasper, you're next.
Yep, so
You're casting Hold Person, aren't you?
I'm attempting to cast Hold Person, yes.
Okay, Hold Person's level 2, so you've got one level 2 spell left.
Yeah.
Alright, so they get a Wisdom saving throw or are paralyzed. The spell does require concentration, by the way.
Yeah, so I'll have to make a careful way up onto the boat.
Okay, what's your spell save DC?
Spell save DC, because we didn't move that. 16.
Okay, it's going to get +2 on this roll, and fails. Would you like to describe that?
Yes, I wiggle my fingers. I can't really dance on this boat, so unfortunately I settle for a little bit of chanting, calling upon my deity, and point my finger at the short, stubby man who's been annoying me. And he suddenly just sort of glazes over and doesn't take any more part in the action.
Okay. Tharadak, you climb up to get on board the boat, and you're basically, as we begin next turn, you'll be ready to leap over and onto the boat. You, as a party, do not observe what the defenders do this turn, but you do hear a splash.
That was
Okay. That was obviously Ander single-handedly throwing someone into the swamp, so I just ready myself to jump over.
Okay, next turn, Ander, you're in the water on well, between two boats, effectively. Yeah.
I'll struggle to try and get back onto our boat.
Okay. Okay. So you do.
Must be lower.
You
Is there any rigging hanging down I can drag myself up with?
Off your own boat, there's all sorts of debris.
Yeah.
Been hit several times. So you climb on board your boat. Jasper, you cannot see anyone on the enemy vessel's deck.
Okay, since Ander is on our boat, I was going to rescue him, but since he's on our boat, I will climb carefully across, keeping my concentration.
So much like Tharadak last turn, you're basically climbing up the side of the other boat, and you'll be ready to get on board next turn. Yeah. Tharadak, you emerge on the enemy vessel's deck. There is just one motionless, slightly rotund city guardsman with a big bushy moustache, standing there in a daze.
Where's the rest of your cowardly men, huh?
He does not answer.
I turn back to Jasper.
Leave him. I've got him.
But where is everyone? Is this a trap?
Possibly. Are there any hatches you can see?
There is a door at the back of the sloop, at the back of the deck to the little. For somebody who's been on so many boats and worked so many ships, I should know the names of these things. Little hut thing on the back.
Poop deck.
Yeah, there's a door into the little hut thing on the back.
Okay.
So, Shoot as much as you
Alright.
can away, and we'll be on there soon.
Okay, I'm not gonna venture too far, just in case they're kind of maybe trying to sneak onto our ship another way. So I'm gonna listen out for any movement underneath me, maybe in the hull, something like that.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay, come on, dice. Oh, there we go.
And now we need the applause.
Oh, right,
Yes,
hang
Becky.
on. sorry.
Critical miss and critical hit in one go.
You hear?
Crickets.
No, I'm kidding.
No, I heard nothing. Okay.
No, you do. I just couldn't resist. Toy! You hear the sound of cannon being loaded, being muzzle loaded. So whoever's down there is loading the cannon.
Okay. Okay. I gesture down to Jasper and kind of do a cannon motion, like. And then I rush down to I see if there's a trap door first. If there's not a trap door, then I go over to that little door where the hut is in order to basically get to them before they finish loading.
Okay, so you open the door and head in. Let's move on to Jasper. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Whose go was it next? It's Ander, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah. Now I'm back safely on an airboat. I will carefully make my way across to the sloop.
Okay, so you're beginning the careful process of climbing this time. Okay.
I'll appear on
Jasper.
stage on the deck with my sword drawn.
Okay, Jasper, you are now on the enemy vessel's deck.
Okay. Can you perform a coup de grace with somebody who's held?
Yes, you can.
Oh, that sounds like the thing I should do then.
You murdering, heartless bastard!
I don't
Yeah,
blame
with somebody else downstairs. I'm
Oh,
the priest of
sorry.
war.
Sorry.
Oh, that sounds quite good actually. I like that one.
That was not the sound effect I was expecting, but okay. I'm getting.
I sort of carefully lift off his helmet and get my warhammer and smash it down upon his.
You heartless, murdering bastard. He dies.
Okay, now I don't need
That's
to
a good
concentrate.
start.
Tharadak, I should have given this to you last time, I kind of forgot. You can see the other guardsman swimming away from the vessel on the far side. He's aiming for the shore. He's
What do you
apparently
mean,
not
the other guardsman?
the
Like-
young guy with the
Skinny one.
ginger hair, the skinny
Okay,
one.
yeah.
the old-fitting uniform. He's not particularly effective swimmer, but he is making slow progress and exhausted.
Okay, well, I leave him then. Hopefully he'll just kind of have to stop from exhaustion. He's a scrawny little thing. I'll leave him. I'm gonna basically try and break down the door into
Okay.
where the cannons are and try and just
Yeah.
shock them a little bit so they get distracted.
So yes, you head into the door and you see this is a cabin for sleeping, etc., etc. It's got a couple of beds, only two, and a little table, small sort of office type space, and some stairs down into the hold. You head down the stairs into
I
the
draw my
hold,
sword.
or to the gun deck,
Mhm.
with your sword drawn, and you arrive on the gun deck and you see before you 8 stone golems loading cannon.
Oh.
And they just slowly load the cannon.
I shout stone golem as loud as I possibly can.
Okay. Who was next? Ander.
Have I made it up onto the sloop yet?
You are on board
On board the sloop.
on the Lady of Finesse.
And I look around on the deck. I've got my sword drawn. Look around on the deck and see the dead body lying there. So, being a thief, obviously I check the pockets. I say,
Right.
Jasper, what's going on?
And
I've
leave him
got
alone.
Woohoo!
A guardsman's hat and uniform, little tin hat they have,
A little
or the
bloody
helmet.
It's a bit foggy for me.
a halberd, and a picture of his wife and kids.
Okay.
Oh yeah, rubbing it in.
Is the phone worth anything?
Yeah, in a locket that says "I'll love you forever."
Yeah, don't worry, I'll pay for it later. It's okay. I'm a priest.
Sell it.
We'll
Yeah,
have
something.
that. We'll have that, definitely.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll
Yeah.
need that for my ceremony.
Right. And there's nothing else on deck.
Well, there's some masts and rigging, and there's the wheel and stuff.
Can we hear Tharadak shout Stone Golem as well?
Yes, you can.
Right.
I'm going to go stone golems.
Yeah, to which Anders' immediate reaction was to loot a dead body. Jasper.
Okay, so is there only the one entrance below decks?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so I'll go down and hopefully not meet Tharadak charging back up again.
Go run away.
Well, I don't necessarily run away because I think, well, where are we supposed to run to?
Well, surely
Might as
they've
well.
just. Well, I'm thinking they've probably just got instructions to load the cannons, and that's what they'll do.
Well, I'm thinking I might as well be amongst them than on the other boat. So for now, I'm just kind of staying there thinking what the hell to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jasper joins you on the gun deck. And yeah, they just continue to slowly load and eventually push the guns back out the gun ports. And they stand there motionless.
Okay, I shout, fire!
Which they do not respond.
Yeah, okay. I suspected as much, but it's worth a try.
Are they commanded by one person then?
Yeah, probably the big guy I just killed.
No. Wouldn't it make sense if the person commanding them died, then they would not be doing anything?
But they did have the last instruction to load the cannons.
I suppose. Well, hopefully they'll just load them and not fire them.
Yeah, it sounds like it, unless we have to speak to them in special language, but I don't think so. I did hear the fat squash guy saying something in common, so I think it's probably just keyed to him.
So are they basically stationary now, Becky?
They are absolutely motionless.
Okay, well, let's get this boat moving.
Yeah.
And you find tucked into the guardsman's helmet a letter from his wife talking about how the kids are looking forward to seeing their father again after his week at work. Long shifts and long hours. Oh, what's that sound? What is that sound?
It's a good one.
I'll make a note to
Somebody
pass
else
that.
playing sounds.
I'll make a note to pass that to Jasper when I see him again. And Ander actually looks forward to see where the sloop is heading.
At the moment, it's still heading slowly towards the shore, but the sails aren't brought in, and nobody's on the rudder.
Kind of rush towards the rudder. Is it a rudder or a wheel?
Well, it's a wheel. Yeah.
Wheel. Rush towards the
rudder,
wheel
yeah.
and try to wrestle it away back into the main river.
Okay, you start turning, but of course you'll need to bring the sails in as well, and so you have the ropes for that by the wheel. So it's kind of hard work sailing this thing as with a small crew.
Very small.
Nonetheless,
Okay, I've lost interest in the golem, so I go up and help.
despite the activity, the ropes are actually surprisingly easier to move, easier than they should be.
Ooh.
It's designed for a small crew, this ship.
Well, we've got a small crew.
But the ship it starts coming around though, does it? It starts to come about.
Yep, it responds and stuff, so it's just the golems you haven't figured out how to command, so... And you head out. Where do you sail to? I presume Templaris.
Yes, towards Templars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think while we're on the voyage, if Ander is handling the boat, we should do a thorough search of the vessel.
Okay. You find spare guard uniforms, so presumably they sleep on this boat. Some are dirty, some are clean. But there is a bottom deck underneath the gunnery deck that has a small amount of stores in, just enough food basically for those 2 guardsmen to go a week.
Okay.
And what about in the sleeping area? Was that all there as well?
Yeah, that's just got some notes. It's obviously there's your wanted pictures in there.
Yeah.
In fact, they'd
look
obviously
like
been distributing because they've got about 100 actually.
I should start a nice fire when we leave.
Mm. No.
Okay, so you begin your sail to the little island of Templaris, which in this boat it's only 40 odd minutes or so by the time you got out the harbour, tacked around, and brought it around to Templaris harbour. Okay, so I'm going to change my background for Templaris. Oh, I haven't prepared it. Well, that's silly. Actually, you're going to the Temple of Tio. I've got that one prepared. There we go. The Temple of Tio. So you arrive in Templaris. Now, Templaris as an island is entirely owned by the Temple of the Lionheart, the entire place. It has a residential area where only rich merchants live. It's only the people rich enough to afford the rents of the Temple of the Lionheart. But sandwiched between the residential area and the Temple of the Lionheart is a much smaller temple, the Temple of Tio. It's actually quite hard to find the way into it, and it's a little garden path that you go down. And the place is kind of like a little monastery. It has a number of people there that probably live there. So as you're walking in, you see the grand building itself, and you can see a couple of plainly dressed people tending to the trees. They're picking fruit.
Are there any city guards on this island, or is it just
You haven't
priests?
had a run-in with the city guard at this point.
That's good.
I'm zooming forward to the Temple of Tio because I don't do the same encounter twice. Gosh. Well, I'll repeat it, but in a different format later. The setup has to be different.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So so we know where the Temple of Tio is. Do we? We're,
Yes, you've arrived at the Temple of Tio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Journey, walking, badum, temple. Here it is.
Right.
There you go.
So we'll
Fast travel off.
find the entrance and go inside.
So
Yep.
hang on, who's walking around outside? Do they look like priests or just gardeners?
They are very plainly dressed. One man, one woman, and they are plucking apples from a tree.
Okay. What do I know of this? I think we did some stuff about it last time. Was that right? With my religious.
Can't remember what I told you. How much I told you.
Does anything else come to mind with seeing the temple?
No. You
Okay.
you know you know that Tio is supposedly a dragon god,
Yeah.
but that's kind of all you really know. You're in the right place to ask.
Yep. Okay, so I think I will approach one of the plainly dressed folk
Okay.
and ask for directions to the high priest.
Okay. Let's have
As a conversation starter.
Yeah. Let's just have a perception roll, just as you start to talk to her. You look at her, and I just want to see what you pick up from that.
That would be nothing.
Okay. Presumably, though, the others are with you, so I will let them roll as well.
Oh, how lenient of you.
Yeah.
That isn't important.
Well, no. If it
I
was
don't sense anything.
So 13.
13. Okay. Not that important. Okay. You speak to the woman and ask her for the high priest. Did you say?
Yeah, I said high priest. Yeah, because I'm a man, so I presume everyone is.
Yeah. Okay. She gives a kind of. I'm. Maybe you'd like to learn about Tio and the Winged Trinity.
That sounds really interesting. Yeah, I've been a student of religion for many years now, and so this is a new religion to me. So forgive me if I make any mistakes or anything I shouldn't say.
Are you prepared to forsake all of your other beliefs?
No, I'm really just trying to find out more about all religions.
But you realize if you learn about our religion and if you learn the truth, then all of your other religions that you've learned about will be void, because in here you will find the truth.
I'm willing to take that chance. I have a strong belief in Ursus, but he has aided me many times. But I'm always open to new ideas.
Then perhaps you should enter the Chamber of Truth. It's the door just over there. She points out a grand entrance to you.
Very nice. Thank you very much for your help.
Okay.
May we all enter?
Yes, yes. Please do. You'll be met inside. Okay.
When we head over, I'm going to keep an eye on her and her facial expression to see if it turns to one of perhaps malice or something like that. Yes, you're going that door over there.
You've been in some dark temples before, haven't you?
Are there any?
It seemed a bit strange to Theradak.
She's perfectly fine. She focuses her attention on picking apples.
All right.
Okay. So I think we poke Andrew ahead and.
Okay, so you enter, or so as you get to the entrance, there is it's a donation bowl next to the entrance. Do you put any money in?
Are there any inscriptions or statues?
Oh, sorry, I had multiple at once there. Sorry, say again.
Are there any inscriptions or statues around the entrance, or is it just a plain?
No, not before the entrance. No.
Yeah, I place one gold coin into the donation box.
One gold coin.
One gold coin?
Look what I look. I have two 500s here on your character sheet. You're going to make me count out 499.
You know very well he's
You know what? I'm going to bloody do it and all. 499, huh?
I could just borrow one off Ander.
Discuss rates, certainly.
Oh, no, you're not changing this on me now. I've already started counting. No, dropped one. Wait, those are twos. Okay. I'm on top of it. I have this under control. Hang on. You know what sound we need? You have donated.
999 on my donating sheet.
You have donated one gold coin, and you open the doors. Inside is a large chamber with wall reliefs, and at the far end is a statue of a dragon made of stone.
Okay. Do we recognise it from our underground excursion?
The dragon?
Yes.
Make a nature roll.
A nature roll?
Yeah.
Do I have a nature roll? Oh yeah, oh well, that's good.
Anyone present can make the nature roll.
Okay, I got 18.
Okay, you pass. It is...
90.
You pass too. It is a statue of a gold dragon.
Ah. Do we know much about gold dragons, and did you know anything about them?
I've not come across them in the past.
with that role, you know a little. You know they're supposedly good dragons.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Okay, good.
The inscription underneath says
Indraconic.
no. Maker of life or bringer of life. No, maker of life. Maker of life.
Okay.
Okay. You're in there probably 40 odd seconds looking at the wall release, trying to make them out, and a door at the far end of the chamber opens. In walks a lady with fiery red hair. Make a perception check.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Okay.
Unless you're closing your eyes going, no. I'm not an adventurer.
I've lost one of my contact lenses.
I got 13, so slightly myopic.
And Phil?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay, what am I going to give you for that? She wears a bracelet which many orphans in the city wear. Like, it's a bracelet that says, I'm an orphan, you could adopt me, is basically what it means.
Right.
Okay.
Yes,
So, yes, priestess, fiery red hair, and she looks at you and smiles. Welcome to the Temple of Tio. Would you like to hear the story of the Winged Trinity?
Of course we would, yes.
Yes, certainly.
Well, at least I would. These two might get a bit bored, but I will listen intently.
She points to the wall reliefs in turns and relates what's happening. And she talks about the creation of how... I'll tell you what. She talks about the creation of how Tio made life, how... And I might have this the wrong way, but Trix made the earth and Kin made the sky. They're dragon gods, basically. They're all dragons. And she presents a picture of how the dragons were first, and then the other gods who are worshipped now weren't actually the creators, but they usurped the dragons. And she tells the story of the fall, which is the more important bit. Mm-hmm. When war raged on the earth, it did too in the heavens. The three oldest and wisest dragons, Tio, who was gold, Trix, who was silver, and Kin, who was bronze, who prior held most majesty of all the dragons, fell to the earth in defeat, and with them the fate of the world was sealed. They had been tricked by the wicked red dragon Tacinus. Her blue mate Darken was used as folly to this end. Darken was slain, but in his sacrifice Tio, Trix, and Kin were bound to the form of mortals, their lore lost to their own minds, now too small to contain the significance within. They would walk the earth thereafter, unknowing of their heritage. See, it's a fascinating religion, very rich in detail, and as you can see from the lore, it clearly predates the gods themselves that we have today. The dragons are our true creators. There's also some history after the fall as well, which it was written by one of the priests of our order, and I'm not too certain of its provenance. It says that whilst their defeated former subjects hide away in the dark, they began, the people of the Dragonkin, they began the arduous task of searching for their former dragon masters in a hopeless effort to reform the Winged Trinity on Earth. But for generations, the search was in vain. Frustrated, they turned to the magic of the Fey Mother to implore the wild of the Earth itself to draw them together, so that the Winged Trinity would be united once more. But the Fey Mother's price was too high. She demanded to be queen, to stand aside the Trinity once it had reformed. So the servants of the dragon cheated her and cast a ritual of their own, binding her to the fate of Tacinus. And that, so is written in our doctrine, is how Queen Telanius came to be created. The singer of the waterfall gardens, she is part dragon Tacinus, and part the fury of nature, part evil, but part indifferent and entirely self-interested. But of course I cannot claim to the provenance of this text just how real it is. It was written by a mad priest of this temple. But clearly what he's saying is heresy. The Queen, in fact, regularly donates large amounts of money to this temple to keep it going.
Hmm.
Oh.
It's quite interesting.
So let me get this right. So this queen is the current queen of the above ground
Yes,
city, right?
yes.
How does this tie in with the stories we heard below ground? Because I'm forgetting what the history was there now.
Um, their history, I did a whole video.
Yeah, I know. We could
I
pause
remember
and I'll
what
go
was
watch
in
the video again if you like. But it was.
Actually, I wouldn't mind another coffee, so it might be a good thing to
Okay,
do.
I'll go and watch the video. Well,
Okay, let's have a 5 minute or so break.
Okay.
okay.
well, I'm back, but the players appear to be away still. So I gotta find out what these other sound effects do. Oh, Mark's here. I should have left that going, shouldn't I? What other sounds we got? Haven't heard this one yet. Oh, fuck me, that's loud.
Oh yeah, that's got to be the end one.
You discover magic loot.
It sounds a little bit more sort of Monty Python than anything else.
So we have. Oh, I think that's Jenny back. So we have. We've had a few watchers. There's only one at the moment. I think the AFK cost us a watcher, but no comments yet. Say hello in the comments. I'm gonna write in the comments now. Say hi. Okay, so we're all freshly versed in what's happening in the world of terms of law, except for me because I was making coffee and having a cigarette and going to the loo. This time I'm muted.
Yay!
Woo! So the audio on this episode, I hope, is much better than previous episodes. Sound effects that didn't include a bathroom break. Curse wireless headphones. Right, so hopefully it's all consistent.
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
I did go back. I did actually look at the video.
Sorry, you?
I did actually look at the video. But that was not necessarily the characters knowing that.
I think you did discover the law whilst you were there.
Right, okay, that's good.
If I remember. We'd have to watch an awful lot of this campaign in order to find the bit where we find out for sure if your characters know that.
Yeah. Thank you.
But I think you did discover that whilst you were there.
So
yeah.
Tio created the humans who are now underground.
Yes.
Yes, so I did get that bit right then.
Hello, Jebediah Stitches. As our viewers just said hello in the chat. Thank you.
Hello.
Hang on, we should have a. What should we have a? And shout out to Jebediah Stitches.
If that's a fanfare, that's not strictly speaking a fanfare.
Well, okay, we'll go for an applause.
Musical nerd. That is not a fanfare. That's just two chords. Two triads.
True. Well, there's this one. It's more than two chords, but it's yeah.
It's chromatic.
Well, that was for the other watcher who left us during the AFK period. We're not quite at the Provokers level, are we?
Not yet.
No, don't have 8,000 views. I'm not sure how many they get live though.
All I know is it's steadily rising.
Yeah. I've done various. There's like as regular viewers of the series will know, I've been cheekily tagging this video with various Provokers related tags. It's no different this week. I've done different tags, but they all relate to the Provokers. So I'm unashamed of this.
Are you wearing a T-shirt saying "sorry, not sorry" or something?
No, I'm wearing "sorry, I'm late."
I'm late.
An irony, actually, because I worked late last night at work. I turned up a little early today, and I'm going back in at 1 o'clock in the morning tonight. So
okay.
I don't quite know why I'm wearing this T-shirt. I should have been wearing the one that says "no" across my tits. And I love that one because, like, anyone annoys me during the day, I just go read my tits. I also have one that says "fuck Google, ask me," but because that does seem to be the office policy, which I did actually wear in a meeting with Google. I was talking to Google's head of business for the UK, like really senior person for Google in the UK, wearing a T-shirt that said "fuck Google, ask me."
Well,
that's a class act.
Yeah. Anyway, should we go on with the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've learned loads of stuff about the law, and that these 3 dragons were apparently sent down to live as mortals and have no recollection of who they are.
Yeah. So I sort of speak quietly to Theradak. Doesn't that make the prince the son of a dragon sort of thing? Maybe we're in a little bit more trouble than we thought.
Well, he's not that good looking.
No, I said dragon, dear.
Dragons are very beautiful, from what I've heard.
Maybe their sons aren't. Okay, so well, we found out quite a lot here. But why would the old lady send us here? I'll ask the priestess. Do you know anything of the old hag in the tower?
Hag?
Hag.
Yeah, when I was brought here as an orphan, and I was told that my mother who brought me here, and I often, wonder about her and stuff, but I was told that she brought me here because the hag had told her to. But quite how, I don't know. As far as I understand it, nobody's ever got to visit the hag. I did try to visit the hag myself once, and I wasn't allowed anywhere near the place. It's beyond the Noble's Causeway to even get to the island it's on. And I got past the Noble's Causeway, but at the tower itself, they wouldn't let me in.
Well, we've been asked to go and see the hag, and, well, sorry, your mother. Maybe I shouldn't call her the hag.
You saying my mother is the hag? I don't think so.
Okay, well...
The hag told my mother to bring me here.
Okay, I get it.
So her mother got in to see the hag.
Yes.
Sorry?
Your mother must have got in to see the hag.
So I'm told, but I don't know how. I've never managed to get to see her, and I have tried.
Is your mother still alive? Do you know?
I don't know who she is.
But you know how to get to the tower, at least.
Yes, it's in the Noble's Causeway.
Yeah.
So as you head to the Noble sector of the city, where you've got all of the waterfalls, there's the Noble's Causeway, which is the raised waterway. And you go past the first guard tower and into the lock of the Noble's Causeway, and that's where the prison tower is, or the prison island is, before the second guard station, before the noble quarter of the city, where all the noble islands are.
Okay.
So, providing you're all above board and have access to the noble quarter, I see no reason why you couldn't access. As a member of this temple, I had no problems passing the guard quarter, the guard station.
Yeah, that should be really easy.
We are noble in a different sort of way, my lady.
But we could possibly get in if we're members of this temple.
Well, I see you are members of a religious order, 2 of you at least. I'm sure that they would recognize that and allow you in.
So any religious person can pass?
Well, the nobles ask for counsel from religious folk all the time.
Interesting. Do you know the names of any of the nobles?
Well, Queen Telanius, and obviously her son, and so forth. I've never been summoned to the noble quarter. After you've been speaking to her for a while now, you notice that there is a certain resemblance between her and the Queen.
So I just whispered to Jasper and Theradak. Is that possibly the Queen's daughter? She looks like the Queen.
Holy Trinity?
son, queen, and daughter.
Interesting. I wonder if he wants to go back there. I turn around to the priestess. If we can get you into the tower, would you like to try again?
I would very much love to visit the hag. I wish to know who my mother is.
So, would you like to accompany us?
Well, I have. Are you going now?
Sometime very
Maybe
soon,
not
yes.
right now, but yes, soon.
Well, I must gather things, and so perhaps if we could set off tomorrow.
Yes, rest would be quite a good idea for me.
Yes. Tomorrow, indeed.
That would certainly be fine. You'd be welcome to stay here in the temple.
Thank you.
Thank you, that would be very nice.
We have some rooms. They're not. Well, they're. You'll need to go in another entrance because there's areas of the temple. I'm afraid, as non-members of this order, I would rather you didn't come through because, well, you've been witness to the truth, but you haven't yet accepted it. So
That is perfectly understandable.
So if I could just ask you to walk around the building and go in the small door at the exit, and I'll be waiting for you the other side, and we could put together a simple dinner.
That would be perfectly acceptable.
If you would like me to assist in any cooking, I'm sure I could.
Well, you could perhaps assist with the acquisition of goods for the dinner.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Are there any restrictions to your diet?
No. Gold becomes food. That's you know.
Well, I have heard of some religions that do not eat meat, so I wanted to make sure that I would not offend you in any way.
Well, we don't eat dragons or anything reptilian.
Well, yes, but I'm talking cattle and...
The dragons made all life, including plants and animals. We just must make sure we do not eat more than our fill.
That is perfectly acceptable. I will certainly not eat any more than my fill, or else I will not be able to walk very far the next morning.
Okay. So, do any of you donate any gold?
I think we probably should.
Oh, I see. So she's going to go out and get some food.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
she's asked you for a donation essentially.
Okay. All right. Then in that case, yeah, I'll give 5 gold crowns.
Okay.
Yeah, we could. I'll match that. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 each.
Okay, coins everywhere on the table. Right. Okay. So you walk around the temple gardens, and it is really quite nice here, but it's a much smaller temple than everything else on this island. All the other buildings on this island. I'm just going to pull up a picture. I've just got to actually load it up because I didn't prepare it, unfortunately. But I want to show you a picture of Templars yourself so you get an idea of the sort of place it is. And I have it here somewhere. There it is. And if I can just drag and drop that. Yay! So that's what Templaris looks like. That's the main temple, the Temple of Lionheart.
Nice.
So that's anyway. But this is a much smaller place. Anyway, you walk around and go into a small. You're kind of walking through the kitchen, and then you've got some very simple bedrooms just beyond that. You have a slight, extremely simple dinner. Certainly, if you paid 5 gold pieces for a meal in any restaurant, you would have got a lot of food. You didn't get that here. And
part of it for me was elimination.
Okay. Is there any meat on the table?
Yes.
Cooked?
There's some meat.
Cooked.
Yes.
Okay, I avoid that completely.
I don't.
When they see that you don't eat the food, they don't want to see it wasted, so somebody actually takes the meat off your plate and eats it.
Okay, that's fine by
They
me.
distribute it around the table. Okay. Do you pump them at all? So during dinner, you've got various priests of this temple there. Certainly, you don't think all of them are here, but there's probably in total there's like a dozen people here. So there's like 9 sort of priests and priestesses here. So do you pump them at all for any information during this time?
Yes, I'll ask if does the Queen come here very often?
The Queen sends a monetary donation to us
She doesn't actually
about 4
come.
times a year. She doesn't visit the temple now.
I will engage them in religious discourse about various comparative religions and hope they will let something slip.
Well, their view is that the gods themselves, the current gods as worshipped by most people who worship one god or the other, their view is that they just usurped the dragons when the dragons had a civil war. So you had the chromatic dragons and the metallic dragons had a civil war, and in the ultimate good versus evil battle. And when the dragons fell to Earth, when the dragons fell to Earth, they gained control of the Earth, but it was the chromatic dragons who they view as controlling the Earth. So they actually view Queen Telanius as a chromatic dragon. They don't necessarily see her as evil because they see her as tempered by the Fey Mother. So, but they do say that good basically died that day when the dragons fell to Earth, and then the other gods basically just saw the void and moved in, and that really they're undeserving of worship. So they view your god as undeserving of worship.
Yeah, obviously, I will vehemently expound my position on the superiority of Ursus amongst all other gods, and I don't disparage their religion, but obviously, have we lost everybody?
No.
I think Jenny's.
No, we just lost Jenny. Okay, and that. I've seen the power of my God, so I can certainly believe in the superiority of Ursus. I've seen no evidence of the other gods, the elder gods or dragons, as you would call them.
Well, the dragons have fallen from their power, and their position has been usurped by these pretender gods. But the real gods, the ones deserving of worship, are the winged trinity. And
Okay,
the legends do say that they will come together again.
Okay, but you could say that about anybody. They're not there. They can't answer anyone's prayers right now. Do they answer your prayers?
Well, obviously the winged trinity have fallen, so they cannot grant us magic. We have no magic here at the temple. What we have instead is superb martial skills.
Okay, yeah, that is a reasonable compromise, but we're talking religion here and gods and magical power derived from divinity. So, is this a real religion?
It is the only true religion. Your pretenders are just occupying a space until the winged trinity return.
Okay, but I don't want to cause offence, but I could worship a stone. It wouldn't give me any more power. Okay, I think maybe we're getting towards the end of the meal now, maybe, and outstaying my welcome. So
you gain no influence over a religious person. Does not lose their views. So. Takes years and years for that, and these people are used to not having their prayers answered. So. Okay, you retire to bed. It's a simple room. There's just it's very uncomfortable, but you have effectively a long rest and can recover your hit points, and 1 exhaustion level if you have it, which I believe, Ander, I think you may have had. So,
yes, at long last.
You finally cleared yourself of exhaustion. Which means I can find another way to slap it back on you in the music. Right.
Are we in the same room, or we got separate cells, or?
Separate cells.
That's right for a monster.
What happened there?
You said it.
That's right for a monster.
And it's gone to a bondage dungeon. I don't know about you guys. I went there.
Yep.
Okay. You wake up. It's a nice morning on the Moraine estuary. The sun is out. The sky is clear.
Nice day outside.
Feeling better than I have in a long time.
You genuinely are.
Excellent.
Okay. Yeah, so, so I'm just getting your spell counters back out so I can track it all again. 4 and 3, you 22 hit points on Ander. Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay. What do you do? So, at some point in the morning, you will bump into that priestess again.
Excuse me, my lady. Would there be any chance of something to eat before we set off?
Yes. It was just bread and a bit of cheese. Hope that's good.
That is more than satisfactory, my lady. Thank you.
Yes. Could you take my travelling chest out to your vessel, please? I presume you have a vessel?
Well, not a land vessel, no.
No, I would hope not. The Noble's Causeway's on the water.
Do we leave it tied up? I can't.
Sorry?
Do we leave the sloop tied up? Or?
Yes. You left it in the safe harbour.
How heavy is this chest of yours?
I've not tested the weight. It's in my rooms. If you could follow me, and she takes you to a room, and there is a large chest.
How large are we talking? As in too big for a half-orc to lift?
It's a 2-person lift.
Okay, I call for Andrew and Jasper to help me. This is a bigger chest than I first perceived.
Melody, how long are you planning to be away?
Well, that's my travelling stuff, you know. You've got to be prepared.
For what?
Well,
what's in there, a grappling hook?
No, just vestments and ointments and oils. So any eventuality, I'm prepared.
Who normally carries your things around for you? You can't possibly live this by yourself.
Well, when I don't often leave the temple, but when I do, we load up a boat. You were there. I asked you to help. I hope that's okay.
No, it's just I'm just a bit skeptical.
Shut up, Faraday. Let's just get this on the boat. I grab one end.
I'm perfectly happy to lift it.
Attempt to lift.
Okay, you struggle with this thing. Takes you probably an extra half hour to get back to the boat because of the thing.
No, I was wrong. She hasn't got a grappling hook in here. She's got an elephant.
Well, she did say martial prowess. I assume it was several plate mail suits.
Oh, grunts.
And
is she around actually? She come to the boat with us?
Yes. She comes with you. She's dressed in a simple attire, but when she gets on the boat, well, the first thing that happens is she assumes she has her own room.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, but there is only one cabin.
Well, I was going to say, are we going to sleep on the deck?
No, she gets the one with the golems.
Oh, right. So I can't sleep in here. Mind you, I don't need to sleep, but I do need to change. I can't change in here in front of these machines.
They do not acknowledge you. They do not know that you are there.
No, I'm sorry. I need some privacy to change.
If it's just changing, she can use the cabin.
By the sounds of it, she can use the chest.
Okay, I'm gonna say to her, my lady, I can assure you these golems are completely dormant. It is as if they are sleeping.
I will get changed in the cabin, as you
Would I
only
be
have the one.
Would I be able to do a persuasion roll?
To convince her to get changed in front of what she perceives as a living entity, no. You won't
All right,
persuade her.
all right.
Yeah. she just ain't gonna. She's too shy, too modest. Okay, so she starts getting changed. And
I whisper to Ander, listen at the door.
you hear clattering and banging for some amount of time, and it seems endless. Just 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes, banging around, clattering. At some point, she drops something metal, and it just goes on and on and on. 45 minutes. Do you set off?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I knock on her door and say, my lady, is everything all right in there?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm getting changed.
You sound like you are putting on a lot of armor in there.
I'm fine, but I'm getting changed. It's all good.
I walk away murmuring to myself, if I took that long to change every time I had to put on armor, I would not get a lot done in the day.
Yeah. I think Ander would be dead.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay. It takes.
Okay, so before we set off, let's just retire to the other end of the boat for a little conference. I suspect that our faces are well known to those guards. So I think we need to maybe not be visible, or at least not look like we do on the posters.
We could draw moustaches on the posters and hand them out.
No.
Orcs do
I
not
see a
wear
fatal
moustaches.
flaw in
Our
your
hair
plan.
does not grow in that way.
The other problem you might want to consider is that you're going to go past a guard house in a guard boat.
Okay, yeah, so we can wear the guard
Uniforms
uniforms.
on.
Okay.
Won't fit
Will
me.
they be able to
uniforms
fit
on.
me?
However,
At the
Only
moment,
the fat man's suit.
the uniforms are currently in the cabin. Do you enter the cabin to get them? You're still clanging and
not a
banging
good idea.
around.
I'm going to knock on the door and open it, say, my lady, I promise I am not looking. I just need to get something from inside the cabin.
As you open the door, you see a flash of something. You're not sure what. But there was definitely movement. And then as you open it a bit, and look, the place is trashed. The entire room is trashed, and she's sort of there, kind of smiling. Her robe looks a bit dishevelled.
What have you been on in my boat?
The hair's all messed up,
My lady, I said if you needed assisting, then I would be perfectly happy to, but it appears that you have...
I'm all good. I'm all good. The table's knocked over. You think the chair's broken. The beds are on their side.
Well, you might be all good, but the cabin is a mess.
Excuse me, but what exactly were you changing into?
It's all good. It's all good. Please, privacy. I will be done soon.
How soon?
An hour, 2, maybe.
Is the chest open?
No. Chest is not open at this time.
Is the chest in the cabin with her, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to grab some of those other attires for us.
Okay. As you do so, you realise that the windows at the back of the boat have actually been smashed out.
I can see why you don't travel very often. How many? Just how many cruise lines have you been banned from?
She's ruined the trading on this boat, I tell you.
Okay, you grab the uniforms and presumably leave her in peace again, and get changed on deck.
Yes.
I take a quick look around first, see if there's anything like really suspicious, like if there's been anything left out that could quarantine that she's not completely herself, maybe.
Let's have a perception roll.
No, I just think she's bonkers.
Yeah, you don't see anything apart from the debris of this room. Okay, so this goes on for a long time, the crashing and the banging and so forth.
Okay, so we take advantage of this, I think, and she's not going to be pleased as us looking like guards going through the past the guard tower, so maybe we should try to get through there before she comes out.
What about that spell you did on the guard before? Can you make her all dazed looking?
I can try, but
Is she searching the cabin for something like that?
I don't understand what though. There's nothing in there that she would want.
But we've had problems like this before. Are you sure she's entirely human?
I look at Jasper and say, you don't think she's after your scroll, do you?
Well, she'll never get that, but I don't know what she's after. I mean, we went to her. Admittedly, we were told to go to her, but I don't think she's after anything, other than maybe getting together with the others. Maybe we're bringing the Trinity together. But we don't have much choice. I think we still need to go ahead.
Okay. Do you change into the guardsman's outfits? The moment you do, you sense the golems below deck do something in unison, but you're not sure what.
Okay. I'll go down and have a look.
That means going into the cabin. That's currently being clashing and banging and all sorts going on in there.
Oh, okay. That'll be fine. In that case, we could... Ander, can I lower you down? Have a look through the gun port.
Your guns are out, by the way. They're rolled out.
Yeah, so the gun ports are open. They can see past them.
So I can see inside. Okay, yes.
Okay. Well, okay. Obviously, it's going to be an athletics roll, but to be honest, no, it's not, because you've got enough time and resources. You're not under pressure. So, although it was an athletics result, you did eventually pass it. So, and you get yourself into the hold of the ship, and the golems are stood upright now, whereas before they were left in the position of having just rolled the guns out and stopped. Now they are just stood.
Okay. What's going on, Ander?
They're just standing next to the guns. They've stopped pushing them out and stood upright.
While this is going on, I'm going to sneak over to the cabin door and see if she's reacted to this. Maybe she knows that this is happening as well.
Okay.
Clang, bash, wallop, thump, thud, thunk.
Can I hear anything any different from the other side of the cabin? From inside the pool?
You hear it arguably slightly better, because I don't think there's a door. In fact, as you look that way, you think you see a flash of something metal, and then all the thunking and stuff stops.
My lady?
Yes, what is it?
Have you finished in there yet?
Not yet. Sorry. I won't be long. Give me 45 minutes or so.
Ander, command them to withdraw the guns.
Okay, withdraw the guns.
Do you say that or shout it? Like as a command? Do you say with affirmation, or do you just say withdraw the guns?
with affirmation.
If you wouldn't mind, could you possibly, if it's not too much trouble, withdraw the guns?
Yes. Yes, it's commanding voice as much as a halfling can manage. Withdraw the guns.
Stand on the box.
Okay, they withdraw the guns and lower the gun port. You're now trapped in the gun deck.
Excellent.
I'm assuming I can hear this as well.
Yeah, you hear the guns being rolled in and the gun ports closing with a slam.
And Jasper, what's going on down there?
I'm still up on top, but
Oh right, sorry.
I've now lost contact with Ander probably. He seems to be trapped down below.
Has the banging and crashing started again in the cabin?
No.
No?
You actually see her dishevelled head pop down and say, are you okay? Could you give me some privacy, please?
We're giving you as much privacy as possible, my lady. I don't know what you're doing in there, but
I'm afraid this is a working boat. We have to. There are certain things we have to do.
I understand. I tell you what, I'm just going to get this blanket here. I think that was clean earlier. I'm just going to cover up the entrance, if that's okay with you. And then you hear a hammer the blanket into place. After which all the crashing and thumping starts again. You are probably 20 minutes away from the Noble's Causeway when the crashing and the banging stops. And she emerges from the cabin looking exactly the same.
What, dishevelled, or when she got same as
No, as when she entered, sorry. Hair's tidied. But,
well, my lady, unless you're wearing some kind of invisible cloak, I am not entirely sure what you were doing in there.
Oh, I got changed. I'm sorry.
You look exactly the same. I do not understand.
I look exactly the same, but you see, you people, you still believe in things like magic. So.
Well, yes, I can do some magic
Yeah,
if
I
you
just
don't mind me
open my
saying.
hand and create a light.
I'm not sure I could explain it to you.
Is she on deck with Theradak and Jasper at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
You're still on the gun deck.
Are you saying that you can't explain or that you won't explain?
I wouldn't know how to begin to such primitive minds.
Interesting. That means you're not very intelligent then if you can't put it in simple terms.
Exactly. If we are simple-minded but you are not, then you'll be able to explain it to such simpletons as us.
I'm trying not to be rude, but really there is no way I can explain it.
You're trying but failing at the minute, I'm sorry to say.
I'm so very, very sorry.
I'll
Okay, I think we keep her in conversation while we see what Ander does.
Yeah, I'll look into the cabin and behind her and see what she's done.
Okay, she's trashed. There isn't a single piece of furniture in there that's not broken.
Okay, can I try the lid of the chest?
Yeah, that just does not open.
Any sign of a lock or anything I could?
It's got a magic seal.
Okay.
I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying it ain't going to be thief pick lock. It would be. Let me just pull up a character sheet and have a look for the most appropriate skill. It would be.
Cleric mace job, is it?
It's going to be. I would say. Crikey, what do they not have? Ah, yes, Arcana. Yes. Thank you. Sub GM.
Oh.
Favoritism.
So, if Theradak and Jasper are keeping her busy on deck, I might try and open that.
Okay.
I will try and open that.
Let's have a roll.
A roll. 9, so 13 if it's Arcana.
I'll take those sounds off you.
We shall confiscate them.
You look at the magical lock, and it's got to turn and dial and stroke, and I don't. It makes no sense. But what you're fairly sure is that if you keep fiddling with this blindly without having figured it out, is it's going to set off an alarm.
Okay, I'll stop immediately then.
Uh,
She's right. We are too primitive.
You are
Okay, so
10 minutes out from the Noble's Causeway.
I'll go out on deck and join Jasper and.
Has she made any comment about the uniforms?
No. No.
Okay, that's fair enough then. There are usually, this vessel's manned by 2, so maybe we should only have 2 on deck when we go through.
Okay.
okay.
I think
Dude,
you should be escorting me.
My lady, will you return to the cabin for a short time?
No, I think you should be escorting me, because I've worked out what's going on here. You're obviously wanted. I
Oh,
will
you
keep
are
the focus
intelligent.
on me.
We're in great demand.
Did you work that out all by yourself?
I will keep the focus on me. You should stay in the background.
That sounds good to me.
As you arrive at the Noble's Causeway, it's essentially like a giant lock gate, but it's also it's not just above the water level. It's also rises up. So you hang on, I can do weird stuff here. Ta-da! It opens up to reveal. Sorry.
That is creepy.
Sorry. I'm just do the floating head thing.
No, that's creepy.
The gates rise up, and the gates have within them cannon. There are cannons to the side of the Noble's Causeway, and what it essentially is, the current here is actually quite quick in the water, because beyond the Noble's Causeway are various waterfalls. This is where the estuary starts cascading down to the seamouth. And as you arrive at the Noble's Causeway, she looks up at the guards. They kind of just react to her, and the gates start opening, and you're unable to get onto the causeway. And then what you've got is either side of the causeway is basically a concrete bar that separates this water from the water of the river.
Okay.
And as you're going over the waterfalls that all look dramatic and impressive and everything else, and I can show you the Noble's Quarter actually, but as you pass these waterfalls, you're basically staying on the same level. And so you're actually gradually rising above and looking down on the islands below, not from a very great height, but certainly sort of 10 meters or so. And I'm just looking for a picture. Picture is, because I didn't have it prepared, because planning and all.
You didn't think we'd get this far, did you?
No.
Here we go. So that's actually the waterfall palace. But as you look into the background there, you sort of see the waterfalls coming down, and you see the Noble's Causeway extending through the palace.
Yeah.
Out the front there. So that's what you're heading toward, as it were. And then eventually you get to what would be the prison tower. It's a huge thing, and it's off to the side. And to get to it, you will have to go into a side lock and go down the lock to get down to that level. So what you've got is just a little bit upstream, there's a big waterfall. Further downstream, there's a big waterfall. And this water here is obviously going to have a bit of a current to it.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be an expert sailor to not crash, basically. So what you have to do is you come off the Noble's Causeway, you go into a lock, there's guards there. She just dismisses them out of hand, because it's going to be a problem for you on the way back, not the way in. And then you go down. Yeah, flash metagame on.
Oh, that's good news. It means we get back.
Yes, you go back. And then you go down the lock, and then you've got to maneuver this boat along the torrent of sideways water to get to the island. and then the prison tower itself. I'll show you what you're docking against, because that I prepared. So this is the prison tower itself, and it's right at the edge of the estuary, so behind it are the mountains. Nonetheless, you have to get there without fouling your boat down off the side of the waterfall, because you've got to fight the current on your way over, working with what little wind you get in the lee of the waterfall. So, let's have a survival roll.
Okay.
You can work together as a team, so if you want to do it as a team roll, you can all roll, and you'll need 2 successes between you.
Right, well, I've got 9.
I've got 11.
That's a pass for Ander, and Jasper, you need 10 or more.
19 or so plus.
You make it! There was a moment there where you nearly listened to Tharadak.
I know nothing about navigation on ships.
And you arrive on, if I just adjust this picture slightly, I'll bring it to the top so you can see it. No, top. Oh, blinking heck. No, tell you what, I'll leave it there.
Blinking heck.
I'm sorry, I'm very British, don't you know? Tell you what I can do very easily. I said, there you go, you can, hang on, if I just, there you go, got a pontoon. You pull up against that and you dwarf the pontoon. You actually gotta get a rope out to climb down.
Right, okay.
But the tower itself stands half a mile high. At the base of the tower are various guardsmen, and she says, "This is where they would not let me in. They would not let me in." And it's at that moment, as you approach down the pontoon, that the guardsmen seem to freeze and stop. And coming down from the very top of the tower is a black mass, a spindly mass of something, unravelling all the way down the side, the whole half mile. And as it gets nearer the bottom, you get to see a bit more what it is. It looks like greasy, matted hair.
Is this the hag coming to greet us?
I think we still have to do a bit of climbing.
The guards just don't move.
Handy.
They are totally stationary. They're being presumably held.
How far away from the guards are we?
You're not that far. If I just actually, I'm going to get that picture to the top somehow. Here we go. Drag them up. Come on. Let's do it.
Right.
So many. Thank you. Okay, I've nearly got it to the top layer. There's so many pictures. There we go. So you're on that pontoon, and you see it's not that far away, really. Oh, actually, looking at the picture, it looks a bit bigger than I kind of imagined it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's say 500 feet.
Oh, right,
If you want to be, and you can walk closer, but no, easily. So.
Okay.
Yep. Well, we've got to get up there, so I suggest we climb. It's better than trying to get through the tower.
Yeah. So the guards out front have stationaried, and there's this greasy, matted, wiry hair. Seems to just trickle all the way down from the top to the bottom.
Oh, why can't we just wait till it materialises?
Is the gate to the actual prison shut?
Yes.
Well, the hair, it just reminds me of a hag's hair.
Well, sounds good to me. So we're going to see.
Can the priestess climb that?
Yeah, she grabs hold of it. She allows you to go first. She's the last one, is it, Claire?
Okay.
Okay, right.
Start climbing then.
And you start climbing. And as you start climbing, so there's the 4 of you on the hair starts receding. Except once you're a few feet up, the bottom of the hair drops away and the priestess gets dumped to the ground. Ah! Why? Why?
I'm sure it's nothing personal.
And you escalate up the tower and eventually get to the window.
Okay. Who's first?
I
Goes
guess.
through first. Who was on top?
I'll be
not-
first.
Definitely
Not
pushing
me,
the
it is.
definitely
Okay.
pushing the halfling first.
So
Alright, in that case I'll be last.
I climb
It
up.
doesn't make much difference. But in the dark, in the darkness at the far side of the room is a very ancient-looking, wilted, haggard-looking woman. In fact, you barely make her out. There's so little light in there. And she beckons you in. Come in, come in. You have just climbed up her hair, which has shortened as you came up. Come in, come in.
Yep. Okay.
Wearing
okay.
hats.
I'm glad you have finally made it. Took you long enough. Wavered my faith in you.
We had some problems along the way.
Yes. So no doubt you are wondering who I am and why I summoned you here.
Yes, a good guess.
Well, first I'm going to start with a little riddle. You see, many years ago, I made a prophecy of the winged trinity. And it said this, that in their blindness they will see each other. In their ignorance they will rise together. And in their companionship they will either succeed or fail. The ultimate conclusion of who shall rule of the earth will be decided only once the Trinity reunites. And it is for that prophecy that I have been locked in this tower. Now, I could escape, I grant you, but I would just be hunted down and slain. I wish to leave, and I cannot do so whilst the chromatic dragons rule. I would hope that the winged trinity would at least allow me to return to my own plane to live out my life, not in imprisonment. So, my riddle is this. Who are the winged trinity?
I must say I've been thinking that for some time now.
How many guesses do we get?
Who are the winged trinity?
I think, Jasper, we only get the one.
Yeah, I sort of got that idea. Yeah. So,
We're going to go for the three we mentioned before.
Surely it's more complicated than that.
it would seem so. We know of one for sure. I think the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
So, the other candidates. Who do we have? We have the king under the
Yes.
underground,
Yeah, and the Queen.
Yes.
and the queen there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have this unknown at the bottom of the tower.
Mm.
Who the hag didn't want to come up.
Yeah, can we ask you a question, young lady?
You suave devil.
You are. You told us to go to the Temple of Tyr, and we brought one of the priestesses with us, but you wouldn't let her join us?
No. She has her part to play. It's soon time that she meets her mother, but the winged trinity must reunite first. Her
Surely.
mother must be defeated. I
Do you
wish
know-
to be free.
Do you know who her mother is?
I know exactly who her mother is.
Would you tell us who her mother is before we guess?
I must compel you not to tell her until the time is right. And when I say compel, I do mean magically. So, are you willing?
I have no problem with that.
Yes, we are willing.
Damn, I was going to sell that information.
You shall be under the gaze of my power if you break this bond, that you should never tell the princess her mother is the queen.
As we thought.
Yes.
So she can't be one of the winged trinity then.
No.
So do you think it's the king, the queen, and the current queen?
I think it has to be
Is
the
there
court.
anyone else that we could have ruled out?
Well, it's not that damn prince.
No.
Hmm.
And in
No, I
their
don't know.
blindness they will see each other. In their ignorance they will rise together. And in their companionship they will either succeed or fail. The ultimate conclusion of who shall rule the earth will be decided only once the Trinity reunites.
Oh, well, if they are blind, that means they cannot see. So, if it is the dead king and queen, that seems likely. Since they are dead. But who is the third?
Were there not 3 princes or children?
The queen has just a prince and a princess.
I do not talk of the prince, the queen here, but of the queen underground.
Oh, the servants, they are human. There are 3 you have overlooked.
I thought there were 3 trapped in the crystals underground.
The children of the humans. They are just the children. They are just human. You have overlooked 3, and you, Jasper, have used your guess.
Oh,
I
I must admit I was talking to myself, but
Very tricky.
I see which way this is going.
Okay. So I'll
So the
say.
king and the queen downstairs are both humans, therefore they
Yeah.
are not.
So I'll go for the queen, the son, and the daughter.
I'm sorry?
The queen, the son, and the daughter is my guess.
Which queen?
The one above, not below.
Okay, Queen Telanius, the prince, and the princess.
Mhm.
The queen and her prince are chromatic. The daughter is created after creation, but she is metallic. You are wrong, and you have used your guess. Just Tharadak remains.
We've got 2. We want one more Theradak.
So who else have we overlooked?
I can't think of anyone.
except for the dragon that they were supposedly worshipping down below, but they're supposedly in human form now.
Hmm. I'm not one to solve ancient riddles.
Just to be clear, you can still discuss it as a group, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're out of ideas.
as often happens when you use a riddle in a game, I always say that they're daft things to use and you never should. But it's okay. I had thought that this might happen, so then perhaps this is not the life in which the Trinity will re-emerge. I must wait until their next incarnation. Begone! And she sweeps her arm out, casting a wall of force at you, which smashes the side of the tower off and sends you flying outside. Could you all please make a d20 roll?
Oh, jeez.
All please make a d20 to see what happens as you fall from this half-mile height. Okay.
I
So
got
what we got?
16.
16.
16.
Oh, we've got a tied result. Mark and Phil, could you roll again, please?
18.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, if this continues, I'm going to use my dice tower, seriously.
I think you would like us to roll again.
Yes, please. Need one of you to roll higher than the other.
5.
I got an 8 this time. Oh, yeah, I got 8.
So Mark got 8. Okay. So let me just send you that. Jenny, there we go. I'm going to send you. Is that the right one? Yes. And Mark. Right. I've sent you all an email. Inside is what happens to you as you fall. It includes an overlay and a character sheet. Please attach the overlay.
Okay.
Shit has just happened.
It's a zip file. Okay, let me. I'm not gonna say anything, but actually, I did wonder about that. Right, let me extract that and stuff.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, that I. I should have gone with my gut.
Nearly there.
Okay, right, there's a character sheet. Ooh, okay. That's
Send it an email, Becky.
I did, yes. I just checked that it went.
Alright, let me know when you want me to reveal the overlay.
I'll just get the others to. I'm just making sure I sent correctly to Mark and that it didn't bounce. I sent to the one I normally send to. I'm just going to confirm it in the OOC chat. That's the email I sent it to.
Oh, yep, it arrived eventually.
Okay.
I've got mine.
Wow.
I've not got. Where's my attachment?
Oh, did I not attach? Oops.
No attach.
No, there is an attachment.
Oh,
Definitely.
right. Where's that to then? Is it ripped it out or something?
I don't know.
Well, I'm fine with mine.
I can try sending it to you as individual files, Phil, and see what happens.
Oh, because it's. I don't know. If I
That-
open the email up, I can't see an attachment there. Oh, hang on. Yep, no, it's coming. Hang on, download.
Okay.
Let's go on and see where that's going.
How did you get that really small text? Like beneath the weapons, it was always like really big for me, and I couldn't adjust it.
You just type as much as you can, and eventually it stops
Okay,
you.
all right. Just let me know when you want to do the overlay.
Oh, just as soon as the others have had their moment of holy fuck, what is this?
Yeah.
I can Oh, it goes into there, doesn't it?
This is like the longer than any X Factor reveal ever. For anyone watching this, they're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, get on with it! Her overlay's changed.
Oh, I'm not being
What
drunk.
the fuck's going
There we go.
on?"
Oh, right. Okay, well, yeah, ready when you are.
Just waiting for Mark.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, hit the audience with it.
Well.
Toolbox.
Oh, you're Tia! Oh my god. Why did I know that you would be Tia?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm the maker of the Earth, dude.
Okay, as you tumble out of the tower with rocks from the wall flying out ahead of you, you transform. Instinct takes over, and you become the dragons, the winged trinity themselves. You are, of course, the winged trinity. As you transform, finally your mind fills in, and you remember everything that you knew and have lost. All of history and all of time spills into your mind, which is a little overwhelming.
Especially when you're trying to learn to fly.
Yeah, it is instinct, and instinct takes over. Meanwhile, in the waterfall garden, the queen looks up, sees what's happened. Oh no, it is time. Son, today we fly. And they transform into dragons, a red and a black dragon.
Oh,
And they take off. And the city of Moraine will have a dragon war, which we don't have time for tonight. But suffice to say that at this moment, the humans of the Undercity take their moment to rise up, because two of them have been following you for a while now. Ever since you snuck out of the cave system. And so they, of course, immediately report this way. So they're going to rise up, and then, of course, there's a whole war, battle, bloodshed, carnage. And that'll be next Tuesday, 8:30 GMT. We'll see you then. Ta-ra for now.
And this is all Phil's fault, if I need to add. He asked for epic.
He did ask for epic.
Well, that is true, yes. Wow.
Yeah, okay. I'll stop the broadcast here and we can carry on chatting and shit.